here. You're
12?
right.
Oh. Huh. See, I told you. 12. All right, fine. You're right. I'm wrong.
League of
Nobody
Legends
wants
is
Killer
totally
Instinct.
free. It doesn't. Hold on.
League took $70 from me
I'm
last week.
talking. I'm talking to the chat here. Hold on. League is League is totally free. It doesn't Skinner box you at all. Um, you don't have to. You like yeah. You have to play. Quite a bit to unlock a new champion, but most of the old champions are pretty damn cheap with the in-game money. And they give you like 8 free characters to play with every week. Like like really nothing bad you could say about the way League does the free-to-play system, unless you're just making it up to get attention. Daddy.
Daddy, you would do that, wouldn't you? But this is why we love you. All right, I won't take you off anymore with this topic, but I'll tell you what I will take you off with. Your
Where's my
favorite.
Primal Rage sequel? I want to pay $10 a character for Primal Rage. Come on. I've been clamoring to pay $10 a character for Primal Rage.
Zoe PlayStation Plus is better than Xbox Live. How do you feel about that? It's not an argument
Uh,
anymore, it's just a fact.
yeah, it is.
You're agreeing with me.
Well, one caveat though, they really need to get their network stuff worked out with the PS4. Like this new PlayStation Network needs to not suck, and then I'm totally down. Because
When
like what really like I was starting to feel this way a while ago that I used to think PlayStation Plus was cheap and gimmicky, but they've been putting really good games on there. It's not it's totally worth it just for the games, honestly. And
yes.
then Microsoft went and they're like, "Oh, PlayStation Plus is going to give you free games. Well, Microsoft Xbox Gold is going to give you free games." And then they put all these like $3 games on there.
Yep, it's that's I
Like
noticed. Uh,
who the hell needs Fable 2 or 3 or any Fable? No one needs to play Fable.
yeah, just
And
stay
then
away
it's
from
like
Fable.
Assassin's Creed 2. And it's like for paying for gold, we're gonna save you the trip to the GameStop to buy it for $5.
It's so true because those games are pretty
Like
shitty anyway.
like they put Halo 3 on there. Halo 3 is like literally $5. Why not put like even Halo Reach on there?
Well,
Why not do it?
right. See, and Halo 3 was one of those games that if you have an Xbox 360, there's a good chance you already have that damn game.
Or
And
you've at least played it as much as you'll ever need to.
right, exactly, because you probably went to college and instead of studying, you just played Halo 3 all night with your homeboys without
Like
your shirts on.
the one the one like somewhat worthwhile game they put on there so far is Dead Rising 2.
Yeah, and I did download that for sure. But Dead Rising 2
Yeah.
is one of those games where it's you can I don't know. I almost wanted to say that you can go back to, but I guess you can go back to Halo 3, but like you said, you almost it's almost one of those required games to have if you own an Xbox anyway. If you got an
Yeah,
Xbox,
Halo
then
3 it's like it's like Super Mario Brothers 3 without the replay value.
right. Yes, exactly. So they are trying to play catch up. It's kind of like when everybody's trying to play catch up with Nintendo and motion control. This is what Microsoft is
I feel
doing.
like it's too little, too late.
Too little, too late. It's always too little, too late because we are not dumb enough to notice what they're doing. To think that they can just try and, like you said, shit out their little $3 games for us to like eat up when we don't want those games anymore, or we've had them and we were done with it and we're moving on with our lives. Where in the PlayStation Network and PlayStation Plus in particular, you're paying that price. And this is the thing that kind of been ticking me off lately is people getting angry that PS Plus was required for the network on PlayStation 4, but what you're getting with it is ridiculous too, because you're still getting those free games a month, and most of them aren't even a year old. And like I was just reading
Yeah.
up that you're getting seven, and the PS Vita is involved too. But you're getting 7 free games next month, this month, on the PlayStation Plus. 7 games. So you're essentially paying for your shit in 1 month if you enjoy all those games that they're coming out. And I think they are all quality games if I remember.
Well, they do put a lot of good stuff up there. Like they had XCOM, Enemy Unknown on there. I just downloaded Hotline Miami, like for free. That's pretty dope.
Exactly.
Like that's awesome. But the big question though, now that they're making Plus mandatory for so many things, is they've got to make the new PlayStation Network work good. It has got to work well. Like they cannot afford to fuck this up now.
Knox, how you doing, my friend? And yeah, with that, I would say you say the network doesn't work well. Is that you saying the community isn't there, or the network generally just is slow, spotty, or what? What's wrong with it?
It's well, the PlayStation Network has always been slowed, spotty. They have frequent maintenance downtime.
Right.
They have those super long updates. Like it needs to be a better service to justify paying for it.
You think Outlast is going to be on PS Plus? You think, or you know? Because that is quite a statement, and I love those kind of games. They get me all shaky inside of the Ghost games. I don't. They make me nervous, nervous pervis. But like you're saying, you got Hotline Miami. I remember, and not too many people agree with me, but that Double Dragon Neon game was day one released for PS Plus members, and I enjoyed the hell out of that game. It was one of my favorites. And then Eco and the Colossus, Shadow of the Colossus, both came out within a month, the HD versions. And those are still considered to be one of the two best PlayStation 2 games. And a lot of people actually haven't even played them before. So, what a perfect time for them to play those. And that's in the same month. And those games, in my opinion, and I played both of them, are much better than Halo. Because you know me, I'm not really a Halo boy anyway. But I think that PlayStation Plus did it right a long time ago, and like you said, Microsoft's playing catch up when they should be playing mustard. I don't know what that means, but it just means they should come up with. Good night, everybody.
That was my Titus
I
laugh.
just want to see how long you were gonna do it for. Titus lap. Um, but yeah, that's my personal feelings on the matter. That I'm not a Sony fanboy, but I've always believed the PlayStation Plus has been doing it right, and nobody else has. So that's me. I still don't understand why people think it's cool that they pay $50 a year, which isn't that much. I do it, but just $50 a year to play, online games on the Xbox. That's me.
Because you actually want to play online on the
But
Xbox.
that's what I'm saying. It's like I guess the community's there. It's easier to connect with others and get a party going and things like that. Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it.
And I mean the thing is like now the PlayStation 4 is probably going to I'm not going to say win this generation as far as consoles, but I think at least from the get-go more people are going to buy a PlayStation 4 than an
Yeah.
Xbox One. So Sony, it makes a lot of sense for them to cash in on the online.
Right.
But if they have as many issues as the PlayStation 3's PlayStation Network has had, like there's going to be a lot of upset people, and God help them if they lose a bunch of credit card numbers again.
Yeah, and that was. But see that just happened to be on the PlayStation Network. That could have been easily on Xbox. It just depends on which hackers are trying to break into which, you know, I guess system, network, whatever. But
Maybe.
the, like
I
that's
feel like
not.
security might be a factor in there.
Well, sure, but that's what I'm saying. Is like it's not. I mean, it is Sony's fault for letting it happen, but it could have been Microsoft's fault for if it ever happened to them. And that's the thing is, it's not like Sony, in my opinion, opened the door for anyone to come in and pretty much hack away at whatever they wanted to do and steal information. You could. It's 2013. I'll say it again. It's you got too many smart people in this world that you can't think that they're all trying right now to hack in and steal information. The government does it on a daily basis, and that's me being a conspiratist
Take your pills,
puking.
Scully.
No, no.
I mean, I doubt it's that. I'm pretty sure there was a flaw in Sony's security system, and that for the PlayStation Network, and that's how someone got through. Generally, if your security is good, people won't get through.
Sure, I agree with that. I think the issue was that the database that was hacked was raw data. It wasn't encrypted at all. Is that and that was with the PS hack?
Yeah.
So
So if they're not encrypting their data, that's bad security.
right, it's pretty much just leaving it out there for anyone to kind of. I would assume that even the most amateur hacker could go in and find that kind of stuff. And that was wrong. That was bad. Again, it was bad. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like it could happen at any moment to Microsoft or to Nintendo. So to pin it down, yeah, on Sony is kind of misguided. Misguided.
Um, but it's all about the service they're gonna offer with this new PlayStation Network.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna have cross game chat, eight
Finally.
person party chat that cross. But apparently, the Xbox One will let you Skype when you're playing games. So like, if I can just jump in my Skype group of friends, like
That's pretty nice.
across the platform there, like that, that would kind of be the new hotness. And then no one cares about cross game chat,
That is pretty nice, I have to say.
assuming it
That's
works.
assuming it works. You're right. Yeah, it's all
I mean, that's what I have to say about all of these new features with both these new consoles. Like, assuming it works, and especially with Sony because they have a history of promising things they never deliver on.
which is like the
They're like,
president.
oh yeah, the Vita is going to be the ultimate companion to the PlayStation 4, and you're going to be able to play your PlayStation games on the Vita, and it's definitely going to be a great thing, and it'll totally work. Just like the PSP working with the PS2 was totally worth it, and just like the Vita worked with the PS3, and it was totally worth it. And yeah, we'll see.
Kenshin. I thought the guy that told Sony about, and they did nothing. What? Let's see. Sorry, Kenshin. I'm gonna decipher your code here. I thought the guy that found told Sony. Um.
He's saying he thinks the guy who found the raw data told Sony that their data wasn't encrypted and they ignored him, but I
Oh.
kind of
Oh.
doubt that. I don't know.
And then Garblox just found about the Skype thing. I think that's genius. Again, but here's the thing, and I shouldn't be too upset about it because it's just something where it's planned obsolescence. But the Skype deal, where you could talk with your Skype group of friends, should have been some kind of update on today's current consoles like Xbox 360. How can you not get that?
The hardware couldn't handle it.
That's what I'm saying. Like Xbox 360 should have been even top of the line to handle something like Skype, in my opinion, because it's just like
Well, I mean, they weren't really planning for it. I mean, Microsoft
man.
bought Skype, a couple years ago, and that was well into the 360 cycle. Um, and like it's sad, like the PlayStation 3 for all of its advanced hardware, it was all optimized so poorly that it just couldn't handle the cross game chat.
Right.
So hopefully the new systems they've learned enough from what they screwed up on the old ones that they will kind of account for everything that they might do in the future and have it set up so they can add features for the next 8 or 10 years.
Right. They, yep. Well, I mean that's what they want to get you hyped on, but at the same time, I refuse to believe it because I understand that things were made shitty for a reason, so they can make something better in the future. We want.
Yeah, but with how long the last console cycle was and how this one, could potentially be even longer than that, I mean they might design the systems crap out after a few years, but they're gonna if they're smart they'll design them to account for features that they might add in the future.
I just don't know if there's. I personally can't. Maybe one more console cycle, but I can't imagine how it will work right now because, again, like I said at the beginning, I look at the PC as a console. I look at it as the future is already here, pretty much, and the reason why we'll invest in things like an Xbox One, PlayStation 4, is because of intellectual properties attached to them, such as Halo, Titanfall. I'm sure there's going to be an Uncharted coming out for PlayStation, Killzone, things that you can't get on a PC, but you could easily get on a PC if Sony didn't.
I don't know.
Microsoft
As much
didn't.
as I hate to admit it, I think consoles are always going to have a place in the home, in the average home.
Knox, I just realized Zoe is Zoker. His beautiful mug has been in front of your face for the last 45 minutes. How do you not realize this, Knox? You're fired. Give me that badge. Rip.
Give me your badge and your buns.
Give me
I
the
mean gun.
badge and the buns. Put your buns on my lap. What do you say? I said you're fired. Pats Knox on the back. All right. I'll point and laugh at you just for a little minute. Oh, stupid Knox. Please don't unfollow. Yeah. So anyway, I don't. I just don't see it happening. I'm glad you have faith in it, Zoe. That's why you're here to install faith and things, but I don't see it being a thing for 10 years. Well, I'll give it 10 years. And then we'll all just, it's just computers. Things that you can just, it's not a new console per se. It's just going to be like a PC where it'll be like the Xbox complete where you can just add graphics cards to it every, 2-3 years
Well,
or
that's what
something
the
like that.
Steam box is going to be.
Exactly. Steambox is already going to be the thing that's going to it's going to be like the iPhone when it comes to handheld games. It's going to chip away at the market to a point where
Well, no,
you're going to
it's going to be like the Android phone because different companies are going to be making different boxes, just running the same OS.
hmm
And I'm kind of interested to see how that goes because at the point where you're having different companies make them and pretty much the whole thing is customizable, I think why not just get a PC? So knowing Valve, they'll have an answer for that, and I just can't wait to see what the answer is.
Right. All right, we're done with this one. Let's get on to something that I didn't mean to spoil for you yesterday. But your Halloween, how'd it go, Zoe?
It was pretty good. I
Yeah,
went to a party at the Twitch TV offices actually. I
I,
went as
I figured
Johnny
you would.
Luchador.
Yes, I saw that. I saw the pictures. I saw the mask. Is that actually Lucha's mask, or did you get one for yourself?
Yeah, the original Johnny Luchador mask. Lucha came to visit SF a couple months ago, and he brought the original mask and gave it to Nero. And so we shot the core that day, and then John was over and John Carnage, and he's like, "Yo, come to this party." I'm like, "All right," but I don't have a costume, so I just grabbed the Lucha mask and like, "Let's do this."
That works. And how long did you wear it before you ripped that thing off from Eternal Sweat?
Until about the time I got my first drink,
And did it smell like him?
because you can't drink in that mask.
Did that mask smell
It
like
smells
tobacco?
deliciously like Lucha.
I thought so. It smelled like his tobacco farm.
It smells like waffles. It smells like waffles and wrestling yells.
The old school Lucha or a heel turn version? Heel turn.
It's the original Lucha,
The OG
OG
face mask.
Luchador.
Man. All right, so we're gonna go through the worst and, based on your opinion, the best Halloween costumes of this last year, ripped straight
So
from the
you want to know
internet.
how this isn't gonna work, Scully?
Yes, tell me.
This isn't gonna work because it's gonna take 5 minutes to update on the stream.
You're right. You're right. Why do you gotta be right all the time? But let's just do
I've
it
been doing
anyway.
this a while.
You've been up. You've been doing this for a while. So here's the first one we got.
Yeah.
All right, let me just go back and forth here real quick. Whoops. There we go. Lego Indiana Jones. So somebody literally went through the trouble of not only getting an Indiana Jones costume, but a Lego costume. They can't have worn that for like your lucha mask for more than 5 minutes. That's horrible.
Yeah, that
Look at the
is a
arms.
stupid costume.
Did he have a stick inside of his coat?
I'm not sure that's a real man.
You think that you're right? I think that's someone shitty. Little. Oh God.
I
Oh
think
look, Knox.
that's a statue. You you screwed up, Scully.
I screwed up.
Yeah.
I like this one though. This one is about as sexy as it gets. Little Elmo pants. I picture this is what Kenchinesco in it. Can you see this yet? Has it showed up on your thing?
Oh, now I see it.
I'll give you the times.
Raber Elmo. Why does Elmo have two heads? Why is there an Elmo Kawato?
He has an Elmo head on his head. Oh mama.
Open your mind and drop some Molly.
Now, I know you won't see this for a while, but Star Wars costumes have been a thing for Halloween for obviously decades. But sometimes you should just know when you shouldn't
Ugh.
do it. Do you see it? You see that?
Yeah.
So, I couldn't tell if she was trying to be Princess Leia or Jabba the Hutt. She confused me with that one. And so,
I feel terrible, but come on, look at that.
that's bad.
Don't dress for what you're not.
And to go with the theme of Jabba the Hutt,
Like I'm
that
not
should
gonna. Oh Jesus!
yeah. Venom. Not many
Jesus.
people know this, but Venom actually enjoys buffets, all waffles.
It's not Venom. It's Spider Venom. It's Spider-Man when he had the Venom symbiote
That's true.
and ate a bunch of cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburger Venom.
Cheeseburger Spider-Man.
I just like the low cost costume on the next one here, where it's actually quite creative.
Oh boy.
And if you can't go out, you're
Well,
killing
if
two
you really want
birds.
to, if you just want to wear a sign that says "I drink crappy fake beer," like go for it. But ugh,
Which we all do, so no judgment. Um,
I don't drink real beer. It tastes better, and it won't hurt your head as much later.
so if you want to scare
Oh
the
dear
shit
God,
out of
Bernie.
kids, yep, there you go. And the thing that
Oh my
sells it for
God.
me for a serial killer is holding the rubber duck.
Yeah, that's much too spoopy for me.
Redneck Optimus. I love it. I love it. Oh, and then of course everyone. There's always someone that has to be He-Man each year, thinking they have the muscles that they don't. I'm one of those people. Again, I'm not passing judgment, but it's the wig. It's the wig that does it for me.
It's the eyebrows and nose. Like that guy's face is not great.
I never thought Bert and Ernie could be creepy, but there it is. There, I'm telling you, it's that rubber duck. It's the rubber duck that makes me piddle in my panties. And
It's a
then
pretty convincing muscle suit he's wearing, though.
I'm convinced. I'm convinced those are muscles. And then there's Halloween costumes that should just never be.
Like,
Um,
is this picture from 30 years ago?
no, I'm pretty sure that was a legit costume from this last year. That somebody's like, hey, somebody will know I'm Lois, or no, not Lois. Who is that? That's the Lamb Chops play along crap that
I
you should just
forgot
never
what
be.
I forgot what the lady's name was. I
Yeah,
haven't watched it since I was like 6, so
I haven't watched it since I was 14. Wait, what? What I said? And then there are this bad parents.
God.
Are you seeing this one?
Bad parents.
Bad parents that this kid probably has no
Uh,
frickin' clue.
Talk about parents projecting their wishes on their children.
This is how you weren't made. This is why you don't have
Oh,
a brother.
oh boy, I wish I had used one of these 8 years ago when you were conceived.
And
I
here's
am not
Poopy
done with the
Doo.
responsibilities of parenting, clearly.
Do you see the
Oh
Poopy Doo
God.
costume? I call it Poopy Doo.
The poopy doo is exactly what you call that.
And then
That's I feel bad for that kid.
there's not even eye holes on it, and he's just like, "Do I just stand here all night and you go get my candy for me?"
No, the eye hole's in the mouth. Can you see the kid staring out all creepy?
They're all staring out all creepy. Obese Skeletor.
He's like, Mom, Dad, you should have helped me make this.
I'm still like
And here we have terrible Skeletor.
the Skeletor, where I really wanted to see a plate with a pulled pork sandwich in front of him. That would have made my day. I should have Adobe'd that in. Should have
Oh,
photoshopped
he just
it.
ordered a spaghetti basket.
Spaghetti baskets for all.
I'm running out of breath, He-Man.
He's getting ready for a marathon of sitting
Oh
marathon.
God. And here's the piece
De
the good one.
leche,
Um,
Spema.
Spencer Hayes cosplaying as his girlfriend Emma.
You like that Photoshop, Knox? It's perfect, right? It's so totally believable.
It's I'm gonna have nightmares.
I thought I wouldn't laugh at this the third
Enough.
time I've seen it, but it's still funny.
Listen,
Oh,
you
this,
gotta get your human centipede right. If you're walking in the club with less than 6 legs, you're messing up.
I just
Also, I
can't.
just totally stole that joke, and if anyone knows where I stole that joke from, I love you.
If you steal a joke that's funny, it's acceptable as long as you cite it like you just did. So you are cool. But in my opinion, how do you go to Halloween attaching two mannequins to your asshole? How do you do it and enjoy it? I mean, unless you're Kenshin,
Oh,
I wouldn't. No, just kidding, Kenshin. And then the little
I
Richie,
can't tell if I'm looking at Little Richard or Blackula.
baby
The
prince.
scarf threw me. The scarf made me think Blackula. I don't know.
I just don't think it's a good idea to dress your kids up as things they have no clue what they are. Like a condom,
Is it
perhaps?
Prince? Is it Little Richie or Little Richard? Little Richie? Little Richard or Prince? Oh God.
And I was saying, we were talking about this last night, but all the things I love in that, like the dog painting in the background and the Spy Kids poster.
The dog painting. We've got mixing Spider-Man underwear with a Tigger head costume. We've got the unfinished basement. And then we've got the Spy Kids poster behind him, which for some reason mentions footwear and garters.
Oh.
Oh dear Lord, play man.
He is so proud of himself. I love it. He's so dang proud of dipping
Oh
himself in the
Lord,
red. I wanted him to bust through
that
a
body was made
cardboard
by
wall.
Kool-Aid.
You know how much Kool-Aid he had to
Ugh.
drink to get that body type?
It looks like Zordon if he were red instead of white.
Garblox, I don't believe he was wearing pants. Unfortunately, I was trying to think about it.
Okay, Scully Drew. What's wrong with this costume? You bigot. I don't see anything wrong with this costume. This costume's great.
Oh, there are many things wrong with it, but frankly, I think it's hilarious. No, I wasn't trying to find the absolute worst. I was trying to find funny. And
So far, they've all been the absolute worst.
they've been pretty bad. Ambiguously Gay Duo is hilarious. But again, I always think about it like, are these costumes that you want to wear all day long? Like, those two guys had to be mounted on each other for probably a 3-hour party. Which, again, no
Oh
judgment,
yeah.
whatever. But you would get uncomfortable after a while. You would have to change positions. You get exhausted. Why is his head painted? Why isn't his head painted? That is a good question. Kool-Aid Man would have painted his head red too. He would have had the red head. Oh, all right, Zoe, you did it. I'm proud of you.
Yay!
I love you.
I'm ashamed of myself.
Why are you ashamed of yourself? We're doing this again tomorrow. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no.
But that being said, would you be apt to hang out with me again soon for this?
Sometime
Sometime. I'm not
when
gonna.
I've
Again, I'm not gonna commit you to any schedule. But
get your tech worked out, and we can do this again sometime.
I have my giant ass cord, the Ethernet cable, around here somewhere. I know I do, because you know it exists. I'll find it. But either way, yeah, we'll get this fixed. As far as like basement technology, what are you gonna do? All right, preverts, thanks for hanging out. I'm Sculi Drew. This is Bill Zoker. This is Scully and Zoe Morning Show.
Adios.
We've done it. We made it through. I'm proud of him.
What
Love this
what a
guy.
terrible night for a curse.
But you guys take it easy. Stay tuned. I'm going to go ahead and play in the next 10 minutes a full original soundtrack of, I already forget what, Cave Story Plus. So sit back and enjoy that. I won't be here.
Oh, I am getting out of here before we all get sued.
That's right. I bought it. Whatever. It is a purchase that I made. So I have no...
These people didn't buy it.
These people
Do
didn't
you
buy
not do you not understand how these laws work?
it. Oh, you mean so YouTube could just go ahead and play it all day long, all day strong?
Scully Napster Drew. Calling you Scully Napster Drew.
Napster Drew. I love Margamoon. All right, Zo, bro. I love you. I'll talk to you in a bit.
Love you too.
All right, take care, all you
Adios.
preverts. Have a good rest of the day.